Am I crazy? Yes. Do I love all things Jurassic Park and Jurassic World? You bet I do. Welcome back, friends. My name is Nicole. If you guys are new here, we like to do anything that has to do with beauty. We do unboxings, we do new product try-ons and reviews, tutorials, you name it, we do it. If you guys are new here, sorry about the kooky intro, but when it comes to dinosaurs, Jurassic World, Jurassic Park, I mean, I'm a mom of 2 boys. We get down with the dinos. On that note, today we are going to be reviewing the new Profusion X Jurassic Park collection, and I might have ran to Walmart immediately this morning, so grab your park pass and let's jump into this video. So now I have my base on, so I'm ready to play with makeup. First, I want to talk about this little headband moment because I feel like I'm giving Dr. Alan Grant, but also like meets Dr. Ellie Sattler. Like, it's a moment. Jumping into this collection, we have a mirror, and the mirror is very cute. It has like a objects in mirror closer than it appears, and then it has a cute little Jeep, or not a Jeep, it wasn't a Jeep. Anyways, it has the car, but look. I'm so excited about this. It's all in the details. Yeah, the headlights turn on. It's so precious. The packaging that Profusion did for this whole collection is like an entire moment. So inside the fanny pack, it comes with a Jurassic Park visitor pass, which is just a cute touch. You get a headband, you get the fanny pack itself, and then you get a mini chrome liner, as well as a little Dilophosaurus glow-in-the-dark gems. Onto the swatch of this chrome liner. I'm probably not going to be using this today. Ooh, baby, we're chunky. Okay, so it just says mini chrome liner, but it's like a beautiful bronzy shade. So we just went through the fanny pack. We will move on to, we have the Jurassic Park Dilophosaurus Setting Spray, which has an SPF 30. So the packaging is really cute. It says lift here, and then there's a little 3D Dilophosaurus. It's so precious. So the Dilophosaurus spray, it's a cute moment. I will say there's a picture of a Barbasol can down here. Can I just say, this was a missed opportunity. I feel like the setting spray should have been in a Barbasol can, but probably because of licensing, I'm assuming that's why it's not a Barbasol can. Because, I mean, they managed to put it on the package. I mean, it's in there, the artwork of it. But maybe the licensing for Barbasol would have been too much. I don't know. But still, I think it would have been like a full-on hit had this been a Barbasol can, because Dennis Nedry, that was very important. And then the next thing that we got is this big box right here, which is the Bingo Dino DNA set. In this set, it comes with a blending sponge and case, a compact mirror, and a 3-piece eye brush set, which all have like the amber accents to them. We have a amber mirror. An amber mirror, my friends. I mean, they went above and beyond with this entire collection. So it's a little amber egg with our little blending sponge. It has a little, I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see this, but it has a little mosquito detail on it. Like, it's just so cute. So I will not be using that today, but what I will be giving a go is the amber brush eye set. So it looks like we have like a little flat brush, so that way you could probably lay down shimmers with this. You have a flat blending brush, and then you just have a regular blending brush. I'm going to give these a go today in conjunction with my other brushes for the eye look. These are the blushes, and they are pH balance color changing, so it just goes by the warmth of your skin. It says caution, viable embryos, handle with extreme care. For the blushes, I did pick up 2 different shades. I picked up the shade Raptor and Triceratops. So this one is Triceratops, and this one is the Raptor shade. So we have a like orangey red and then a purple, and then they change based off of the pH or warmth of your skin. Okay, so for the blushes, I'm going to swatch them on the back of my hand. So this one will be the shade Triceratops. There's not a lot of color pigment, is there? But I guess because it's color changing. So that would be the shade Triceratops, and then this is the shade Raptor. Triceratops and Raptor. So they launched 2 different little bronzers that are really cute. They look like little eggs. They launched 2 different shades with this. It was Dig Site number 1 and Dig Site number 2. I seen swatches for Dig Site number 1 and it looked very light. So I haven't seen what Dig Site number 2 looks like, but I decided I'd pick it up just because I feel like Dig Site number 1 wouldn't work for me. I do tend to fluctuate between like, you know, a light to a medium, which during the summer I'm way more tan, and I didn't think that that would work very well for me. For the swatches, this thing is so itty bitty. Dig Site number 2 was probably my better choice. I will say this is a beautiful bronzer color for me. Is it the most inclusive? Absolutely not. And I don't know, they should have made deeper shades, but I will say it's very tiny. It has a little tiny doe foot applicator, which I don't know what I was expecting with this. I don't know if I expected like a little sponge. I think I kind of more so leaned sponge just because the Profusion blushes, but nonetheless this is really freaking cute. It launched with 2 different highlighters, which I will do close-ups in a second. So I got the shade Jurassic Stomper and Missing T-Rex, which to my understanding Jurassic Stomper is supposed to come off more as a white highlight, and then I believe Missing T-Rex is supposed to come off more like a yellowy green gold. So we're gonna swatch these and then I will show you the up close of the pans because the pans are really freaking cute. This shade is the shade Missing T-Rex, and then this one is the shade Jurassic Stomper. So the pans just look so pretty and marbled and I love it. I'm hoping that it's not an overspray. So we will do shade Jurassic Stomper. Ooh, so it's not an overspray. So this one is Jurassic Stomper. Just a pretty white highlight. Well, that's weird. Okay, so did that one do this? Jurassic Stomper was a little bit more creamy in the pan, and then as I was watching this, it's Missing T-Rex is kind of giving these weird balls. Not balls, but like, I don't know. It's just kind of is pilling up into like little strings. Okay, so shade Missing T-Rex is like more of a green gold highlight. So I will say that this one has a little bit more pinky purple shift to it, and then this one is more green. We did get some lashes. This is a 10,000 volt lashes. So you have 3 different lash sets, and then I believe, oh, it's a clear lash liner adhesive, so it comes with like a glue pen, which is kind of cool. They had so many different shades of this liner, and it is the Neon Liner and Stamp Duo. I picked up the green one in shade Brachiosaurus. So I'm going to be totally honest with you, I have no expectations for this just because it's, I don't know, it's a drugstore liner and it's neon, so I feel like that's gonna be hard. It is a felt tip. Oh, okay, so there is definitely some pigment. Granted, I don't know how that's gonna go over the top. Let me do a couple of these stamps. So the stamp is supposed to be like little claw marks. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see that, but it's supposed to be like little claw marks. I will say as this liner is drying down, it does kind of feel very tight. So that's gonna be interesting. I did pick it up just because it looked kind of fun. I was hoping that I would have gotten a dinosaur foot, but evidently I didn't pick the right one. I didn't actually look at what like was on the stampers. I saw that there was different ones for whichever colors. I think there was like a yellow, orange, green, and a pink, but I decided to go with green. Next thing is we have 2 of these hydrating lip plumpers. So we got Summer 1993 and then we got Isla Nublar. So both of these shades kind of really reminded me of the 90s just because they're a little bit more brown toned. There was, I believe, 3 different lips that launched with this collection, but I only decided to pick up 2 of them because the other shade was just a little bit more like red leaning. I wanted to go with something that would be more neutral to wear. So for Isla Nublar, that would be this shade. Let me get through that first layer. Okay, that one's actually really pretty. So Isla Nublar is this really pretty like brown tone shade that has, I don't know, probably a little bit of pink undertones. I like the caps on these. It just has like the dinosaurs. Did you guys ever have any of the action figure dinosaurs that had like the battle wounds to them where you would like click button and then it would like flip to where like the dinosaur was like showing a wound that was like all bloody. And then you could flip it back to where it was just like the other color. Anyways, that was one of my favorite of the action figures. On to summer of 1993. That would be this shade. Oh, this one's really sheer. Okay, so we're gonna have to build it up. So this one is very sheer. This one is summer 1993, and this one is Isla Nublar. By the way, if I'm butchering names, which I don't believe I am, I don't know if it's Isla Nublar or Isla Nublar, but I always say Isla just because, I don't know, that's what I remember. It's been a while since I've seen the movie. Like, I think the last time I watched it was probably like 9 months ago. Last but not least, we have the eyeshadow palette, and this is the one that they've really knocked it out of the park with. So 30 different shades in this palette, and that's not even the coolest thing. That's the coolest thing. Yes, all the yeses. They have some really cute details. I really like the dinosaur feet stepping, but I will say that's going to be very hard because I personally, when I'm doing shimmer shades, I like to use my fingers to apply rather than a brush. I'm going to have a hard time with my little fat fingers getting them into this little tiny pan, and I could see where it's kind of a waste because you're still going to have shimmer in these areas that you aren't going to be able to get out with your fingers. So just one note there. Cute detail, but like not very functional. So I'm going to do 2 different eye looks. So I'm going to go in with this purple, and the name is You Didn't Say the Magic Word. And I'm going to start by just bringing that up and into the crease, and then bringing it just a little bit more up. So I don't know about you, but like, I don't know. I just remember always being a big fan of the Jurassic Park series. And I do have 2 young boys in this household, and they are all about the dinosaurs, which of course means Jurassic World too. You know, being a boy mom, I get to use my children as an excuse to like continue my love of dinosaurs. Not that I wouldn't have anyways, but like it's like a whole experience just being able to like sit down and watch those movies that I used to watch with my dad and my brothers, like sitting down now watching the newer ones with my sons. And you know, all the excuses to buy all things dinosaur and all of the Lego sets, because we've dropped some money on some of those Lego sets and I enjoy building them. They're fun. We have put some of the Lego sets up for safekeeping just because of the fact that like eventually one day they're going to be worth a lot of money. I have a 10-year-old and then I also have a 5-year-old. So I've seen some of the sets. We bought my 10-year-old when he was probably like 5 or 6. They've already gone up tremendously because we've just, I don't know, we've looked. I will say this shade, this You Didn't Say the Magic Word shade, is laying down, and this brush is actually doing a really phenomenal job. I haven't really used a lot of Profusion things, so I had like no expectations. Okay, so from there, I think I'm going to use the shade Amber Mine, which is this yellow, and I'm going to take that and blend out the purple with it. So it's kind of giving sunset. So just bringing this over the purple. It kind of makes it look like I have a bruise, don't I? I'm going to just bring it back in some of that purple, but I will say that shade blended it out really well. If I used more of a colored base, that probably would have worked a little bit better, but I didn't. So then from there, I'm going to go in with the shade Velociraptor, and if I don't like the way that's laying down, then I'll go in with Security Clearance, which is right next to it. But I'm just going to pack this more on the corner right here. Oh, that's very muted. Okay, so I'm probably gonna have to go in with Security Clearance just to try to brighten that up. Yeah, that's a little bit better. And then try to like marry that with the crease a little bit. I don't know what I'm doing. I just said let's play in color, baby, and that's what we're doing. I will do also a more neutral side on this side, I promise, because I know some of you guys might be interested in this but still have to wear it for work. So we'll do a neutral side on the other side. Don't you worry. So I happened to see this launch on, I think it was Point Click Vibes, and the moment I seen it, I knew I was going to get it. Then it wasn't until I was watching Teresa's Dead's video with her new nonsense makeup bingo video that I was like, yeah, that's right, I gotta pick that up. So I seen Theresa ran to go get this collection this morning, and I immediately, as soon as I was waking up, had planned on running to go get this collection also. So I did message her about picking it up. I'm gonna go in with the Electrified Fence, which is this shimmer shade in the palette. That's like a green. It's really pretty. So I immediately messaged Theresa about this collection and asked if she had bought the whole thing. And, you know, I was worried that I wasn't going to be able to find it in mine. So I messaged Alex, which is Theresa's husband. And he's also here on YouTube, also Twitch, Alex's board. I can link all of, I'm going to link both of them down below. So I messaged Alex like, hey, if my Walmart doesn't happen to have this, am I going to be able to get you to send it to me? Which of course he's like, yeah, I could do that, no problem. But I happened to go in and I found it, and Theresa, of course, messaged me and goes, I heard that you got the whole collection. So I sent her the entire haul, and then she realized that she only got like one of the blushes and one of the highlighters. So she had to go back a second time to Walmart and go get more stuff. So might have been a bad influence on her. So I will say that I really like that, and of course I'm going to go back and just take a little bit more of that Velociraptor shade and just kind of stamp over the top just to kind of marry the two together. I will say the purple kind of got lost a little bit, which I'm going to go back and throw a little bit more in there, but I actually kind of like this. This is actually kind of fun. I don't know. I don't play in color very often, clearly. So bringing more in. I genuinely would have loved to see a Barbasol can in this collection somewhere besides just a picture of one. It just would have been so fun. And I fully planned on doing my Rick and Morty collection review, but Jurassic Park happened. Okay, so I will say that the shadows are performing very well. They're very, I mean, they're muted tones. But honestly, like, I could have used a colored base and that would have probably brought the pigment out a lot more. So looking up close, I actually really like this. I mean, it is muted, but I didn't really expect much. For the other eye, we're going to go in with a little bit more neutrals. I think we're going to go in with the shade Run, and we're going to throw that through the crease. And then after that, we will blend out with the Where's the Goat shade. So grabbing the Run and work that through the crease. I cleaned off my brush, so I'm just gonna bring this up and over a little bit. I don't know what it was about dinosaurs that I always enjoyed. I mean, I think it was just because I used to love to watch those movies with my dad. So for me, it's just a really nostalgic, full of happy memories. And I mean, I still to this day talk about dinosaurs nonstop with my father. So I have a feeling that when this palette starts dying, I'm gonna have to find a way to replace the batteries, because I can't live without it. I mean, the fact that the palette sings the theme song, Miss Ma'am, can every brand get on that level? Because like, it's awesome. So from there, we got to grab a darker shade, which I believe we will go in with the land speed 32 miles per hour right here next to Where's the Goat. And we're gonna pack that on the outer corner. I'm gonna grab a little bit of this Missing T-Rex and just kind of mix it with the land speed shade and tap that on the outer corner. This one has a little bit more redness to it, which I kind of like. So it's just giving a little bit more smokiness. I'm going to go into the shade Jurassic Park Visitor, and I'm going to try to do that with my big old fat finger. Okay, it's very creamy, but I'm having a hard time getting my finger in there. I mean, I probably should have grabbed a brush to do this, but the problem is brushes do not necessarily want to pick up cream shadows very well. I will say, okay, this shade is very pretty, but I will also kind of say that it's a flop. So you can see when you're using a brush, maybe you won't be able to see, it doesn't like, it almost moves it to like a putty texture. And I don't know if it's just because like I sprayed my brush, but it doesn't want to pick up. Okay, so I think that's as good as we're gonna get it. We take a light shade and just kind of run it over the top to further blend. I'm taking the shade We Spared No Expense, which is just a very light bone peachy colored shade, and just blending it over the top. So I will say I like both of those looks. Pretty simple and short and sweet. I think on the bottom of this eye we're going to do more of a green under eye, and then obviously on this side we're going to do more brown. From there I'm going to go in with a little bit of this green shade, which is Brachiosaurus, and then after I'm going to blend out with Paleobotanist, and that's what we're going to do on the bottom of this eye. And then on the other eye, we're just going to go in with a brown. We're just going to go in with the land speed 32 miles per hour, just to keep it cohesive. Okay, so I will say that the eyes are complete. From there, I think I need to add just a little bit of bronzer to my face. So we're gonna go in with this little doodad. You know, I kind of wish that this were a sponge. The angle is kind of hard to get on. So I'm gonna blend that first with a sponge. No, I think I'm gonna go in with a brush. The component is so cute, but it's not very functional. It's a cute little color. I think that they could have still used their other packaging on this and it would have been just fine, but I do really like the color of this. The formula is not so bad either. So I'm just taking a brush and rather than like swirling it, I'm just kind of tapping just like I would with a beauty blender, and it's kind of giving better even distribution. I think I'm gonna do more of the red blush on the more neutral side, and then we're gonna do the pink or the purpley Raptor blush on the opposite side. So I'm also going to go in with that brush, I believe. We're gonna go for it. We're gonna go for it. This might take off my makeup. We're gonna load up the brush and just stamp it in. Using it on your brush would probably be the safest bet for this. And I'm gonna bring it up and around. So good thing is, it's not taking off my foundation. It does have a very nice glow, but I will say that that's kind of to be expected with a cream blush. And then on the opposite side, we are going to go in with Velociraptor that has a cute little baby Velociraptor on it. And I'm going to do the same thing with my brush. And just, oh honey, oops. Okay, so mistakes were made. It is a very pigmented blush, so I'm gonna take my sponge and tap a lot. If you like a more subtle blush, go with Triceratops. If you like a bam in your face blush, Raptor might be your girl. We're gonna do some highlight. I'm gonna do the green highlight, which is Missing T-Rex on the side that I have my more colorfulness on, and then I will do the shade Jurassic Stomper that is more white highlighter on this side. And here we go. Oh, okay, she's there. You know, for a drugstore, looking straightforward, there's a little bit of a cast. Okay, so then we're gonna grab Jurassic Stomper. This one's a little bit more muted. Maybe because this one's creamier. The other one was just a little bit more dry. I like this green one just because it's kind of fun and different. But this one would probably be more of like my everyday kind of highlight shade. I spent quite some time trying to get these lashes on. It's not working for me. I don't know what it is, but I'm having difficulties. I feel like the bands are just like almost too plasticky, that they don't want to like bend the way I need them to bend to go onto the eyes. I used the liner. I have some thoughts. But we're going to jump in, and I am going to go in with Summer of 1993 first for the lips. I'm not going to line my lips just because I want to see these on their own. So we'll go in with this one first. It's a plumping gloss, it says. Also, with something like this where it clicks up, make sure not to click it up too much at first, because it won't go back down. I'm gonna go in with this one first. Ooh, I can feel, it doesn't smell like anything. So that's cute. I can feel just like a slight tingle. Like it feels like more like a slight cooling effect, more so. Like it's not like that spicy, stingy kind of feel. Not yet anyways. But it just feels like a peppermint oil almost. So we're gonna take this one off, and then we will go in with the shade Isla Nublar. And I think with this look, this is gonna be the one I want to wear, but I will probably put on both. Oh, that is, yeah, that's dark, ain't it? I'm just not used to a color like that on myself. So then I'm gonna go in with a little bit of Summer of 1993 and just kind of mix the two, and that really didn't do much, did it? Okay, so next things next, we have this Dilophosaurus Setting Spray, and we are going to spray the face with this SPF. Baby, that smells like rubbing alcohol, and it kind of burns the lips. Like it kind of burns a little bit. I want to say that it's like a powder, so it really tends to mattify down, so you can kind of see like the powder just sitting on top of your skin. So I'm going to try to pounce that in with my beauty blender just to see, but that's probably the SPF. I wish that it were just a regular setting spray. Over my thoughts. This is the final face I created. Did I decide to put green liner on the like neutral side? Yes, I did, but you could go on with the brown one. I just wanted to give it a go. Setting spray, I don't think I would repurchase this. I don't. I wouldn't say that it's the most functional thing. I mean, it's still kind of burning in some areas, like stinging. I don't know. I just didn't really like the white cast that it left. It looked very powdery on my skin. The lips, I might have to go back and pick up that third shade. I do like these. I mean, are they the most hydrating thing in the entire world? No. Do I feel like they're really plumping my lips? No. Do I like the colors? I do like the colors. And the packaging is cute. So I'm definitely happy that I purchased these. As for the contour egg thing, as for this, I don't know the price that I spent on it. I love the shade, but I don't like the packaging. The packaging doesn't really want to work for me. I don't know. I'm gonna have to look and see if Profusion has like different bronzer options like this where it's a cream bronzer. I know that they carry a cream blush, so I'm gonna have to look and see if they have a bronzer, because if they do, I'd be willing to pick that up. This I would not repurchase. Yes, the packaging's cute, but it's kind of a waste of money. The functionality is not there. As for the blushes, I don't know where the second one is. They're cute, but if I were gonna pick up a blush from Profusion, I would go with the creams. I would not go with this balm. I know that this can be used on your lips too, and I would have tried that today, but we already have this. So, I mean, it's the same thing on your lips, on your cheeks, you know, it's the same color. I would have skipped these. The liner. So for the liner, you know, I gotta say it's a cute color, but as I expected, you know, the color is beautiful. It just did not want to lay down. And then, you know, I would even give time in between for it to dry to just try to reline to get a little bit more opacity, because at first it was giving really opaque. But over the cream shadows, it did not want to stick, and it didn't want to layer either. It was almost like wiping off, and I think that's just because like it's so creamy in the pans. They look really nice, but they're also like muting down as the day goes on. So I would pass on the liners. Cute concept, not so great formula wise. I would say the highlighters, honestly, I like the highlighters. The highlighters are cute. I like the colors of them. I like the fact that it's not just an overspray. Like they're actually like, you know, like that is cute. So I would repurchase these. I would. The set that the brushes, I can't say anything for the sponge because I didn't use it, but would I buy it again? Absolutely. It's a little amber mirror and the amber brushes. I do really like these brushes. They worked really well. Mirror, I would definitely rebuy. This is a great mirror, not a Funhouse mirror. I did spray some of the setting spray on it, so now I gotta go clean it. But this mirror is definitely like, it's a winner. You should definitely pick this up. The Fanny Pack, I don't know how much it was. I'm assuming that it was probably like the $14.98 price point for the Fanny Pack. In reality, I will probably never use the gems, the glow in the dark gems. So that was a flop. The headband, I would repurchase it again for the headband and the Fanny Pack itself, even though the Fanny Pack is not plus size friendly. I would repurchase it again just for nostalgia's sake. So I think that brings us to the star of the show, which is the palette. I think that we've gone over everything else. This palette, I think it retailed for $18.98 if I am correct. I'm gonna have to double check that. Like I said, if you are curious, all of the prices are going to be down below in the description box. I would definitely 100% repurchase this. The shades were great. There is like, I would suggest not doing your base before doing it, because I do have quite a bit of glitter fallout on my face. So I will say that for the palette, I think that the price point was there. The pans that are the dinosaur feet, those are flops. I mean, you can get a little bit of use out of them, but honestly, it's not that expensive. I would definitely repurchase this again. The packaging was executed well. I mean, it's a pop-up top. I'm afraid to pop it up because I don't want the song to play again, just because I don't need any claims. The like palm leaf monstera plants are really cute in the background. The shades, I think that the shades, they work. Like, does it look like a rainbow palette? Most definitely. But, like, does it also, like, scream Jurassic Park? Yeah, for sure. I think the palette definitely represents Jurassic Park. Is it the most exciting palette in the entire world? No. What's really cool about it, it plays a freaking song. Like, I've never personally seen a palette do that. I definitely like it. I like the way that the collection is put together. I like that a lot of things are, like, 3D. The packaging was great. The little Dilophosaurus setting spray 3D art was very cute. Product's not necessarily functional, but, like, it was still a very fun video to do. So if you liked today's video, please make sure to hit that subscribe button if you are new here. I would love for you to join our little family. Hit that bell icon and ring it to all so that way you are notified every time that I upload a brand new video. Please do not forget to leave a thumbs up down below. It really helps me out. Drop a comment. Tell me what your favorite dinosaur is or which of the movies is your favorite. I'm okay with both of those answers. I'll see you guys in the next one.